Yeah, without a doubt. There's been press obligations that he has missed, and then he missed weight by a substantial amount, more than 4 pounds, which is not good for a guy who wants a shot at the world title at 155 pounds. I don't know why he missed the weight. Maybe he'll tell us. I don't know if there was some sort of an issue. All that aside, Nate Diaz is a very intriguing character. He's a true anti-hero in a lot of ways. He is an excellent fighter. He's a winner of the Ultimate Fighter. He's a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and an excellent boxer, and has a lot of experience against high-level competition. When he is at his best, he's one of the elite of the 155-pound division.
Nate Diaz fighting tonight inside the octagon for the 20th time in his career. He holds the UFC record for significant strikes landed in a single fight. 238 at UFC 141 against Donald Cerrone. That stat is just part of the evidence that we have learned over the years, meaning if Nate Diaz is on, Joe, he's as good as anybody in the world.
Very, very active with his hands, excellent accuracy with his punches. His boxing is amongst the best in the division. But the other thing about him is if you take him down, there's no picnic there. His guard is amongst the best in the world at 155 pounds. Very offensive off of his back. Good use of those long legs for triangles and arm bars. And he's elite.
He is one of the leaders in submission finishes off his back. Winner of 7 of his last 8 fights. Born and raised in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Rafael dos Anjos. He was a shot at Anthony Pettis.
And he is elite as well. Outstanding Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, outstanding kickboxing. And if there's anything that has gotten really noticeably better over the course of his career, it has been that aspect of his game. Really has tightened up all of his striking under the tutelage of Rafael Cordeiro, who is the original coach of Chuta Box down in Brazil, which of course started off the whole Brazilian striking revolution of Anderson Silva, Vanderlei Silva, Mauricio Shogun Rua, that man right there, Rafael Cordeiro, a real legend in old school mixed martial arts, and you know, responsible for so many fighters' improvement in their striking game. And Rafael dos Anjos has just grown in leaps and bounds since we first saw him back in 2008 in the UFC. He is a far better striker than he was back then. One thing that I think may play a factor in this fight is leg kicks. His leg kicks are outstanding, and Nate Diaz has shown a bit of a vulnerability in that area.
Our tale of the tape for this, our co-main event of the evening, is sponsored by Bud Light. Here we go. The Brazilian 30, the American 29, 4 inches taller. Nate Diaz, he missed weight as we mentioned. He will have a 4-inch reach advantage. Bruce Butler.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the co-main event of the evening. This fight is 3 rounds in the UFC lightweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, a Gracie Jiu-Jitsu fighter holding a professional record, 18 wins, 9 losses. He stands 6 feet tall, weighing in at 160.6 pounds. Fighting out of Stockton, California, he is the Ultimate Fighter Season 5 winner, Nate Diaz! And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, a grappler holding a professional record, 22 wins, 7 losses. He stands 5 feet 8 inches tall, weighing in at 156 pounds. Fighting out of Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, Rafael dos Anjos. And when the action begins, our referee in charge, Jason Herzog.
Jason Herzog, our referee, for this battle at 155. Live right here on Fox, Dos Anjos against Nate Diaz. we are underway. Tonight's Fight Block, sponsored by Taken 3. It all ends here. Only in theaters January 9th. Rated PG-13. Southpaw against Southpaw. White trunks for Diaz, dark trunks for Dos Anjos.
Diaz has one of the best jabs in the UFC's lightweight division as well. Very accurate.
Nate, much like his older brother Nick, really turn on those punches and extend what is already a reach advantage quite often.
And Dos Anjos has already started off with a leg kick. That was his first attack. And as I said, I think that may be a big factor in this fight because Nate has shown vulnerabilities to leg kicks in the past. Dos Anjos is excellent at that technique. There it is again.
Dos Anjos, 11 wins at 155 here in the UFC. Half of his career wins have been in the octagon.
And in standing, both guys in the southpaw position, it really opens up that back power kick off the left leg to the front leg of Nate Diaz. And there it is again.
Dos Anjos spending a lot of time in California, here in the U.S., preparing for this fight. King's MMA with Professor Rafael Cordero. Of course, the champion Fabricio Verdun trains there and came to give some support to Rafael dos Anjos.
Clearly, Dos Anjos chopping away at that front leg. That is absolutely a part of his strategy, there's no doubt. And for Nate, he landed a good knee off of the break. And there's a good 1-2.
Nate trying to push away with the teeth. Dos Anjos closing the distance.
Good left over the top by Nate.
One thing, keep an eye on that right leg of Nate Diaz.
Put it behind him, he already switched
for a
it.
second.
And that means it's hurt, unquestionably.
But the way he sits down on his punches, Joe, makes him even more vulnerable to that kick like that.
There it is. He's hurt, Mike. That leg is hurt, no doubt about it. He's wobbly on it. He's moving awkward when he goes to step and put weight on it. It's hurting, and he's lifting it up a lot when Dos Anjos comes near him.
Caught him on the shin there, but still, that can do damage.
As soon as a fighter sees a southpaw fighter switch stances after eating leg kicks, he knows he's getting the job done. He knows he's getting hurt.
And again, with that boxing style of striking of Nate Diaz, he's generally not light on that front foot.
No, he gets low, puts a lot of weight on it, and he's gotten away with it in the past. Cerrone had some success with it, but he started late. He's hurt. He's hurt bad.
Big time. And again, now watch out. Diaz would like to drag it to the ground because he is not winning this battle.
But Dos Anjos will now attack the left leg. And when Nate goes back to that southpaw style, he opens it up again.
Saw him lift the leg all the way up before he engaged the last time, Joe.
Yeah, and for a 3-round fight to already be so diminished this early from those kicks. Dos Anjos all over him, on top, but he's playing into Nate Diaz's best part of his ground game. Nate's ground game off of his back is outstanding.
Now it is high-level black belt against high-level black belt here, though.
Absolutely.
Dos Anjos earned his Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt when he was 21 years old.
And we haven't seen that many submissions from Dos Anjos in the UFC, but make no mistake about it, his ground game is elite as well. Big shot from Dos Anjos. Controlling the back of Nate Diaz. Good hammer fist as well. Diaz rolls under though. Look out for the leg.
Dos Anjos so far.
He's looking for the leg.
Working on it.
Dos Anjos being very patient, trying to get out of there, but wants to maintain the top position when they do break. And he does. Steps over the leg, wants to get over that right knee, and Nate Diaz does a good job of getting the left shin in between the two of them. But now Dos Anjos moves to side control, now to north-south.
He doesn't seem to be in any fear of the ground game of Nate Diaz.
Well, getting leg kicked also affects your ability to move well on the ground, Mike, because that leg is leaded. And Nate is in real trouble here.
Huge first round for the Brazilian. Rafael dos Anjos.
Sit down.
He nailed you, man. If you kick.
Relax. Take deep breath. Take deep breath. Relax. On the exchanges, he the lowest. His head down. Try to get an uppercut in it. When he comes in, he goes with the head down.
You're going to get off on the kicks.
Land your hands on him.
Ele caiu.
Open up your guard on the ground. He fell down because his legs are hurting. That's why. You're doing the right game. You're getting points on top, getting points on the bottom. Put him down, it's all yours.
UFC Fight Night on Fox. Dos Santos versus Miocic. Sponsored by Bud Light. Here we go. Round 2.
First round was a big round for Dos Anjos. Landed some debilitating leg kicks, some very good ground and pound as well. And there's another
strong kick. Keep an eye out for some potential low kicks as well. Benson Henderson style.
Well, keep an eye out for him switching to a high kick as well if he anticipates that Nate is dropping his hands down to block it or is not looking for a high kick.
Another leg kick.
Remember, Nate was stopped by high kicks by Josh Thompson.
Throws him aside.
That leg is rubber, Mike.
Yep.
That right leg, deep jab, another.
And he put it behind his weight on him again.
Yep, you put it behind him again. He's wobbling and backing up.
He can hardly even switch his stance, Joe. Chopping him down.
There he is again. Wow.
Dos Anjos means from angels. Nothing angelic about this attack on the leg.
He's wincing. He is wincing in pain when those kicks land now. And this takes away substantially from his ability to throw power punches as well. I mean, he's essentially throwing punches off one leg, and Dos Anjos now targets the left leg with that inside low kick, which is very painful as well.
So much of Diaz's attack is about his great footwork. You want to talk about a good way to shut him down? You're watching it right here, right now.
Well, he has very much a boxing stance.
Yeah.
He lowers his weight, drops his knees down a bit, and now Dos Anjos takes him to the ground again.
And there's a cut. Looks like it's on the face of Nate Diaz. 2 minutes into round 2.
But he's got to be careful of Nate Diaz's slippery ground game, especially when he rolls under for leg locks. He's rolling now. He's rolling now.
Yeah, Diaz bloodied up. Look at posture up Dos Anjos.
Big elbow by Dos Anjos. He is busting up Nate Diaz in all aspects. In every arena, on the ground, standing up. But on the ground is where Nate, in this position, can be really sneaky. Big shots by Dos Anjos, Mike.
We saw what he was able to do against Donald Cerrone, the finish of Henderson, and now look at this so far tonight with Nate Diaz.
He drags Nate to the ground again.
Dos Anjos credits the move to California 3 years ago to be able to take this to a higher level, and he is fighting as well as he ever has in his career. 2-1 significant strikes landed. A lot of those are kicks. Under 2 on the clock here in the second.
Big knee to the body by Dos Anjos. This is the Dos Anjos show so far. And again, oh, brutal. 2 in a row on that leg.
It's hard to get anything to work to break the will of Diaz. Be it Nick or Nate, but Dos Anjos is sure trying to.
He's feinting with those kicks as well, causing Nate to pick it up and then put it down again.
Look at your eye, okay?
Check
Just go right here for me. So right there.
Near
Just gonna
the
look at the
eye.
cut on his eye, okay? Right there.
And this is where it happened.
Right there with that straight left. You can see he touches his eye, recognizes he got injured. There's that counter by Dos Anjos, and then of course the ground and pound on the ground with the elbows.
And Joe, much like his brother Nick, ton of scar tissue on the eyebrows in that area for both Nick and Nate Diaz. That's why it opened up so quickly. Got to try to move out of harm's way. But then how do you get offensive, or offensive if you will, if you're Nate Diaz?
Excellent kick to the body there by Dos Anjos. And again, he's going to circle around, look for that opening, and slam that leg home again. There it is. And Nate is now so awkward on that leg that as he throws his punches, his back leg comes up and he's throwing all his weight forward past his knee.
I mean, he loses so much power in that.
Yeah, I mean, he's really diminished here.
20 leg kicks landed by the Brazilian.
There it is
21.
again. Wow.
See him limp away.
Nate Diaz is tough because he's taking that. And his leg looks ugly. I saw it when he lifted his leg up. You can see below the shorts. I mean, it is nasty. There's a lot of trauma on that right leg. He's still swinging, though.
They always do.
There it is again. He's trying to pick it up. Dos Anjos goes high.
Now he's going to get on top, look for more ground and pound. 10 seconds remains in the round. Diaz from the bottom.
Side control for Dos Anjos.
Another big round for Rafael.
At the end of this, I'm having to stop and look at your leg. Relax. Close your eye for me, all right? Close your eye. When you feel punching, you back them up, you can't do nothing. Then you stop. Close this right eye. Close the right eye. Take a deep breath. Deep breath. Nate, you got to take this round. Hit the body. When you stop throwing, he comes forward. Hit the body high low. Close your right eye. Close your right eye. Close your right eye. I sit up a little bit, so stop. Yeah, you gotta push and start with a body shot so he cannot shoot under, and then from there hit the top, and then come in with an uppercut. Body shot, uppercut. You gotta keep pushing him with striking. Get the stool. Let's go, guys. Out. Let's go, guys. Grab the stool. Let's go. Get out.
Joe, for Rafael dos Anjos, it's been all about the leg kicks. Listen to this. Just plain nasty.
They are brutal, and most of them that he throws are landing. This is the first time I can ever recall in all the fights we've called where a referee said, I am going to bring the doctor in to look at your leg from leg kicks while a fight's going on.
Wow. If they didn't do that, Jose Aldo, you're out of favor.
Yeah, exactly,
Right?
exactly. I mean, Jason Herzog is an excellent referee.
Yes, absolutely.
He's very experienced. He knows what's going on, and he knows Nate's in trouble. But Nate is tough as they come. Look, he just threw a kick with that leg. Head kick. And he went up high with
And you
that.
talked about Dos Anjos
Beautiful
doing that,
takedown. But now
he's on top.
But he's in Nate's full guard. And Nate has a very good offensive guard. Very sneaky off his back.
11 of his 18 career wins by submission, including 10 of his last 14. First fight in over a year for Nate Diaz. Dos
Big elbow
Anjos
from the top by Dos Anjos. Another one.
looking to make it 3 straight in the UFC.
Look at the right leg of Nate Diaz. You can see it now as the shorts ride up on him.
Good elbows. Seconds into the third and final round.
He's having a hard time trying to pass. In half guard now. Nate's very clever with his guard. But Dos Anjos is almost out of it here.
Dos Anjos has been in the UFC for 6 years. Wants his shot at the belt.
This is one of his most dominant performances,
Absolutely.
Mike. And against one of the best fighters he's ever faced. I mean, you look at who Nate Diaz has beaten. He's beaten Gray Maynard. He's beaten Donald Cerrone.
Oh, that is just nasty as you saw the leg again.
Nate's still active, though, off of his back, still attacking. Dos Anjos had to avoid that leg attack.
A lot of ground and pound for Dos Anjos.
Dos Anjos doing a good job of stacking Nate, keeping his weight on the thighs, pushing on him, and then dropping bombs on him.
Man, Joe, from this angle, we can see his leg, and it is just absolutely ugly. Black, blue, purple, all the colors, basically.
Yeah, but this is better for him like
Absolutely,
this.
he's off the leg.
And for Dos Anjos, this is not a position where he's likely going to stop Nate. Nate's just too good defensively. And, you know, being in this spot, it allows him to not have to carry his weight on his legs, which is where he's having a huge issue because of all those kicks.
Had that fight to win the distance with Habib Nurmagomedov. Can't wait till he gets healthy. Dos Anjos has answered since then.
Well, that shows you how good Habib Nurmagomedov is, because Habib dominated Dos Anjos on the ground. That's what kind of a beast that dude is.
4th fight of the year, the calendar year for Dos Anjos. 90 seconds remain.
Beautiful short elbow by Dos Anjos. Nate's talking to him. I would like to hear what he's saying. We probably couldn't play it on Fox.
I was going to say, we've heard it before.
I still would want to hear it. I mean, what could he possibly be saying?
An odd week for Nate Diaz. Missed some press obligations, missed weight by 4.5 pounds. We'll take nothing away from the performance by the Brazilian here.
Well, it's just unfortunate this fight is ending in this manner, because this is kind of boring. You know, when they were standing up, or if they were going to the ground and something was going on. There he goes. Those are some solid elbows by Dos Anjos.
Continuing at the ground and pound. Another elbow. 30. Saying do something. 20 seconds.
Yeah, Nate is actually kind of slapping him. Look at this.
Yeah.
He's slapping him. Wow. And then Dos Anjos is slapping him back.
10 seconds. An absolutely dominant performance by Rafael dos Anjos. The best of his UFC career. Our move of the fight, sponsored by Metro PCS. Nationwide 4G LTE, riding on the T-Mobile network for $40 period.
An absolutely dominant performance by Dos Anjos, and leg kicks are what started it all off. And let's take a listen to those kicks, because they were powerful. Absolutely devastating leg kicks, and he really dominated all aspects of this fight.
Joe, you talked about it early. He was going to look to damage the leg of his opponent. He did so throughout the entire 15 minutes of the fight. Rafael dos Anjos, he wants Anthony Pettis. Man, he made a statement here on Fox. Official decision next. Dell gets to play in the Buckeye game with Cleveland and Cincinnati, which is part of a huge Sunday of football on Fox. 1 in the East, 10 in the West. Here's the official decision of our fight from Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. The judges score the contest 30-26, 30-26, and 30-27 for the winner by unanimous decision, Rafael dos Anjos.
Dos Anjos with a couple 10-8 rounds. Here's Joe.
I'm here with the winner, Rafael dos Anjos. That was about as dominant a scorecard as you can get. An outstanding performance against one of the toughest guys in the division. How happy are you right now?
I'm so happy. I've been working hard for the past years. And please, Dana, please, Lorenzo, give me a title shot. I coming off to finish. I just beat Diaz. I won my chance for the title. Been UFC for 6 years. I have 17 fights. I want my title shot, please.
Well, you're certainly one of the best in the division. You showed some outstanding leg kicks in this fight. That was really one of the big keys. Did you see a vulnerability coming into this fight? Was it part of the game plan, or was it something you noticed while the fight was going on?
Yeah, I watched his previous fight, and I noticed that he does not block any kick at all. So my game plan with my team, Master Gordo, Master Rafael Cordeiro, Felipe de la Monica, we train a lot of leg kicks to set up, to take down and punch. So that was great.
Congratulations on a dominant performance. Rafael dos Anjos, ladies and gentlemen.
Big decision win over Nate Diaz. The first to stop Smooth Benson Henderson.